Hackney, brilliant! 3-0 Middlesbrough, courtesy of the captain.
Let's look at how QPR tried to disrupt Middlesbrough's build-up against a strong side. Queen's Park Rangers basically try to preserve their structure as much as possible in the mid-third. Even when Middlesbrough play a back pass, they do not press aggressively. Instead, they shift according to the movement of the ball, while maintaining their basic 4-4-2 block. However, once Middlesbrough begin to drop below the mid-third, they start to step forward. Even then, the pressure is mainly directed at the ball carrier. They try to keep just one player in the first line of pressure, so whenever one striker steps up, the other drops back to cover the space, allowing them to maintain a zonal defensive structure. One of Middlesbrough's first build-up solutions against QPR's structure-preserving defense was to use the centre-backs' forward carries. The opponent are holding a 4-4-2 mid-block below the halfway line. Because no pressure is applied, defender Ayling is able to carry the ball forward almost all the way to the halfway line. Only once he reaches that zone does the opponent's first line begin to step out and press. Even then, with little space available ahead, Middlesbrough use a short passing combination to recycle the ball back into the centre. The opponent then drop again and rebuild their compact block. This time, the pivot carries the ball forward from a higher position. Once he drives into the defensive third, two defenders are drawn toward him. As a result, Middlesbrough succeed in creating space on the left side and are able to play the pass into that area. The second solution is to bypass the opponent's block and play a direct, long ball into the front line. Middlesbrough first move the ball to the right in order to shift the opponent's left-leaning block across. As the block slides over, they recognize that space is opening up behind on the far side. Ayling then bypasses the entire block with a single long pass, delivering the ball all the way toward the edge of the opponent's box. The forward is able to turn it into an immediate one-on-one situation with the goalkeeper. But the first touch lets the move down.
Had a super season as well, and here's Strelec.
In the defensive third, QPR still maintained a 4-4-2 low block and defended zonally. One of Middlesbrough's solutions for breaking down QPR's block was to use combination play in the wide areas. In this sequence, the opponent are packed centrally in a low block. To exploit the left side, Middlesbrough first play the ball into the player positioned there. Hackney then combines with his teammate on the left flank, using a quick combination play to break the pressure. As a result, they are able to create space in one move. With the defensive line stretched and the gaps between defenders opening up, a shooting lane appears for Hackney. He takes advantage of it and gets off a dangerous shot.
Here is Hackney.
Against a mid-block, they try to progress as quickly as possible and rapidly destabilize the defense through coordinated movements. The opponent are dropping their mid-block and reorganizing according to the movement of the ball. The ball carrier first plays forward into Hackney. At the same time, winger McGree, who had been positioned more centrally, moves out toward the left flank, drawing a defender with him and creating space. A defender then steps out to press Hackney, but Hackney quickly drives diagonally into the free space McGree has created. He then exploits the newly opened space in behind on the left flank with a pass into that area. Meanwhile, in the center, two attackers make runs in opposite directions, each pulling a defender away and helping to stretch the line. As a result, space opens up centrally, and McGree delivers a cutback toward Whittaker, who is positioned in that free space. The move ends in a goal. The final solution is to use coordinated movements in the wide area to manipulate the defense and create shooting space. As Conway dribbles out from the box toward the left flank, one defender is drawn out with him. Then, another player moves toward the left edge of the box, distracting the defenders and acting as a decoy, as if he is about to receive the ball. Once the coordinated movement is fully set, Conway does not pass to the decoy in front of him. Instead, he plays the ball into Hackney, who is positioned inside the box, while the decoy makes a curved run across the line without touching the ball. As a result, Hackney is left with the space to get his shot away, and Middlesbrough score once again.
Brilliant! 3-0 Middlesbrough, courtesy of the captain. Took over the